Hello, everybody. My name is Todd, and I'd like to welcome you to our CINCILINGUA membership program. I'd like to express my appreciation for you being members of our program here. As most of you know, I believe, CINCILINGUA, we are a language institute, and we are located in Cincinnati, Ohio. Cincinnati, Ohio is located in the Midwestern region of the United States of America. And again, it's a pleasure to have you with me here today. And today, in this lesson video, we are going to continue our discussion of business vocabulary, especially focusing on the area of contracts, business contracts. All right, so we're going to move right on into our lesson for today. And the first word that we have here is a verb, and that word is establish. Establish. That verb is related to the noun establishment. Establishment. But the verb that we have here, it means to bring about. To bring about, or to institute permanently, to institute something permanently. All right, and we have two example sentences here. And the first sentence reads, the merger of the three smaller companies established a large corporation. The merger of the three smaller companies established a large corporation. So this merger permanently instituted a large corporation. All right. Example sentence number 2, it reads, the owner's many years in business and being a guest speaker at many conferences established him as an authority in the industry. The owner's many years in business and being a guest speaker at many conferences established him as an authority in the industry. So his experience brought about him as an authority. It brought that situation about, and it instituted his authority permanently. Is the idea there? Okay. So all right. So that's establish. Now our next word is also a verb. Obligate. Obligate is related to the noun obligation. Obligation. And to obligate means to bind legally or morally. To bind legally or morally. Okay, so again, we have two example sentences. Our first one reads, the employees of that company are obligated to work 40 hours per week according to the agreement signed at the time of hire. The employees of that company are obligated to work 40 hours per week according to the agreement signed at the time of hire. So this is a legal binding, a legal agreement that was made in this contract. So the employees have this obligation. They are obligated to work. Example number 2 says, I was obligated to work late to complete the project before the deadline. I was obligated to work late to complete the project before the deadline. Okay, now, yeah, so this may be this is probably more in line with the moral obligation. Okay, the person who worked late felt this obligation, felt this moral necessity. Okay, so that's obligate. And our next word here is party. Party is a noun, and it doesn't refer to like a dance party or anything like that. Not in this context. That is also a noun, and it is a real word, but this is a different context. So in this context, the noun party refers to the individuals or sides concerned in a legal matter. Okay, in a legal matter. And it also refers to an individual or group participating in some activity, okay, or some legal activity or some political activity. We, for example, have in the United States, we have two dominant parties. We have the Republican Party, we have the Democratic Party, etc. Okay, now our first example sentence here reads, the party represented by the defense counsel is not willing to agree to a settlement. He wants the case to go to trial. The party represented by the defense counsel is not willing to agree to a settlement. He wants the case to go to trial. So this individual represented by the defense is this individual doesn't want a settlement. This individual who is concerned in this legal matter, this legal situation, doesn't want that. Example 2, it says, all parties involved in the case have agreed to an out-of-court settlement. All parties involved in the case have agreed to an out-of-court settlement. So in this situation, the parties, all of the parties have agreed in this to this legal matter. All parties who were concerned in this matter, in this legal matter, have agreed. Okay, so that's party. And now we have another noun, provision. Provision is related to the verb to provide, but a provision is a stipulation or a measure taken beforehand, a measure taken to anticipate some future situation that might or that may occur. Okay, so it's like a precautionary action. Okay, a provision. Our first example, the insurance policy contains a provision to deal with loss of assets due to fire. The insurance policy contains a provision to deal with loss of assets due to fire. So this policy contains this this measure or the stipulation in the event of a fire. Okay, it looks ahead and says, hey, there's a possibility of a fire and we want to have an action in place. We want to have a plan in place, and if such an occasion or such an event occurs. Okay. Example 2, it reads, the parents made provisions in their will for their children and grandchildren. The parents made provisions in their will for their children and grandchildren. Okay, so again, we have this, it's a measure taken beforehand. The parents, looking ahead, they know that one day they're going to pass on, and they want to make sure that their children and grandchildren receive what they want them to receive. So they make provisions. Okay, and now we have a word, resolve, and this word can be used, it can be used as a verb, but it can also be used as a noun. Okay, when it is used as a verb, it means to deal with successfully, successfully, to find a solution to something is the idea. And when it is used as a noun, it refers to a sense of conviction, or determination would be another synonym. If somebody has this sense of resolve, he has a sense of he or she has a sense of conviction and determination. Example 1, the insurance company was able to resolve the situation in a way in which everyone agreed. the insurance company was able to resolve the situation in a way in which everyone agreed, was able to, so the insurance company was able to find a solution, to find a successful solution to deal with the situation in a successful way. The result was everybody agreed. Okay. Example 2, the difficulties with the project only strengthened the department's resolve to see it through. The difficulties with the project only strengthened the department's resolve to see it through. Here, that word is being used as a noun, and it refers to this, the department's conviction, the department's determination to see it through. And that's an idiom, and it means to complete it, to finish it, to see it through to the end is the idea. Okay, but the noun resolve refers to this conviction, this determination. All right, now we have an adjective here, and that is the adjective specific. And this adjective is related to the verb to specify. It's also related to the noun specification, but the adjective that we have here means particular. It's not general, it is particular, specific, particular. So you can think of specific as the opposite of general. Okay. Example 1. The supplier's specific issue resulting in the delay of delivery was not explained. The supplier's specific issue resulting in the delay of delivery was not explained. That particular issue, the details of the issue that resulted in the delay was not explained. There were no details provided, just a general explanation. And that's all. Example 2. In a legal document, one specific word can completely change the meaning. In a legal document, one specific word can completely change the meaning. Yeah, so one particular word, one specific word can change or alter the meaning. So you have to pay attention to the details in legal documents. You have to read the fine print and examine details. All right. Okay, so we have looked at 6 vocabulary words here in this lesson video, and we started with the verb establish. And I said this verb is related to the noun establishment. And to establish means to bring about or to institute something permanently, Okay, so the workers established an agreement that they would work overtime for the next 2 weeks. The workers established an agreement that they would work overtime for the next 2 weeks. Okay, so they brought about this agreement, they instituted this agreement. That's the idea. Next word is also a verb, obligate, related to the noun obligation. And to obligate means to bind legally or morally, morally. So when after the workers had established this agreement, they were obligated to work overtime for the next 2 weeks. After the workers had established this agreement, they were obligated to work overtime for the next 2 weeks. Next word was party. Party is a noun, and it refers to the individual or the sides concerned in a legal matter. in a legal matter also refers to an individual or group participating in a legal matter or in a legal action. Okay, so the employees and the employers, both parties agreed that the employees would work overtime for the next 2 weeks. Both parties agreed to this arrangement. Okay. Now we have provision. Provision, we said, is a noun related to the verb to provide. The noun provision refers to a stipulation or a measure taken beforehand. Beforehand, or in advance, we could say, measure taken in advance. So we looked at an example that referred to the parents making provisions in their will for their children and grandchildren. Okay, and we talked about that. And then we moved on to this word resolve, which can be used as a verb and a noun. When it's a verb, it means to deal with successfully. To deal with successfully, it can mean to declare. When it's a noun, it refers to conviction or determination. So the employees and the employers were resolved to finish the project within the next 2 weeks. The employees and the employers, both parties, were resolved to finish the project within the next 2 weeks. And then we looked at this adjective specific, and we said this adjective specific is related to the verb to specify and the noun specification. The adjective means particular. It's the opposite of general. Okay, if something is specific, if we are looking at something specific, for example, we are looking at details, or we are looking at something particular, something detailed. All right, so we're going to conclude this lesson video, but before I do so, I want to wish you all a wonderful remainder of your day. And again, I want to express my appreciation for all of you for being members of our program. And I look forward to working with you in future videos. So I'm signing off here from Cincinnati, Ohio. And again, I'm wishing you a wonderful remainder of your day. And thank you again. Bye-bye.